Hello, this is Mike Lively from Northern Kentucky University, and welcome to our series on flexible rails. Now, what is flexible rails? Well, when you take two great applications like Flex and Ruby on Rails and you put them together, you get a super application, and that's what we're going to call flexible rails. And to get started, the first two things you need to do is one, install Flex, and two, install Ruby on Rails. Now, we already have a great tutorial on installing Flex. That's Get Adobe Flex for free. And you can find that on YouTube, and the address is listed here. So once you've installed Flex, let's install Ruby on Rails and go to www.rubyonrails.org. Let's do that right now. So we're on the Ruby on Rails website, so let's click on Getting Started. And we're working on a Windows machine today, so let's click on Windows Installer. And we're on RubyForce, and you want to go ahead and download the final release right here, the Ruby executable, and place it on your machine. So I've placed Ruby on Rails in my documents, and let's navigate to that. And here's the Ruby executable, so you'll double click on that to get the executable running. And next, and agree. And you can see you get Ruby, and you get a SciTech, an editor, and we're going to enable Ruby gems. So let's go next. And I went ahead and put it in my C under a folder called Ruby. Next, and since I've already installed it, I won't continue with the install process, but that's enough to get you going. So once you have Ruby installed, it's time to take a look at the command prompt. Since Ruby on Rails was originally written for Linux, it runs from the command line. So let's go down and take a look at the Ruby on Rails. And I'm going to the Start menu and click on Run, and you want to type in CMD for the command prompt and hit OK. And here's our command prompt, and I'm going to go to my documents, so cd quote my, and you go ahead and hit the tab bar to complete that my documents, and we're in my documents now. Let's navigate to the Ruby folder, and we'll go ahead and do that. So hit cd for change directory, c:// Ruby, and we're now in the Ruby folder. And so let's go ahead and check out the version. So let's type in Ruby _version, and you can see we have version 1.8.6. so that's how you check the version out. And now we want to install gems, which is going to give us the Rails part of Ruby. So to do that, type in gem install Rails -- include dependencies and return. Let's try that again. Gem install Rails -- include dependencies. There you go. Spelled it right that time. And now Ruby going to go through a long process of looking at the online directory to see what files you have and don't have. And when you've done that, it's going to start the install process of Rails, and then you'll have both Ruby and Rails, and you'll have Ruby on Rails. And I've already installed it, so it went fairly quickly, and now we can actually start working with Ruby on Rails. So let me review what we've done so far. We've installed Ruby on Rails, and that was a two-part process. We first clicked on the executable that we downloaded from the Ruby site. We installed Ruby on our C drive. We navigated to that C drive, and then we installed Rails using the gem install Rails -- include dependencies command. Now let's build a Ruby on Rails skeleton, which is going to have all the neat coding that we need to build dynamic programs. So it's a 7-step process we're going to go through here. We're going to go to the My Documents folder. We're going to execute a Rails command and create a program. And we're going to navigate to it, start up the Rubric server, and then navigate through localhost to the site that we've created. Then we'll Control-C to get out and go back to the original directory. So let's go through that process now. Let's go to our command prompt. Hit Start. Go to Run. Type in CMD and hit OK. We're now in our command prompt. Let's go ahead and navigate to my documents. So CD drive, put your quote in there, my doc, and you can go ahead at the tab key to continue that and return. And now at this point, let's create the program. So we'll type in Rails, and we'll call it my test program to create that skeleton. So hit return. And now what's happening is all this beautiful code has been generated, creating the skeleton of a great Rails application which you'll add and take from. At this point, let's go ahead and see if it's running. So we're going to navigate to it. So it's in my documents, and let's change directory and go to my test program. And we're now in my test program. Let's start up the Rubrik server. So we'll type in Ruby script \server and hit return. And we can see the server starting up. And it's import 3000. So now that our server is running, we can actually navigate to that test page and see what it looks like. So let's open up a browser. And let's type in localhost 3000 and return, and there's our web page. But it's not running from the web, it's actually running from our local server. So in this process today, we've actually showed you how to get this installed on your local machine. In further tutorials, we'll show you how to work with an actual server and get your programs up online. So we're done with that. We're going to get out of this now. So let's go ahead and Control-C, which will stop our Rubrik server. So hit Control-C. The server's stopped. Let's go ahead and hit CD to go back to our original My Documents folder. And at this point, we're just going to exit. So there you have it. We've installed Flex, we've installed Ruby on Rails, and we've created a Ruby on Rails skeleton. Hey, isn't that cool?